So, what's up, people of the YouTubes? As you can see, oh, do I need to turn that off? Yep, no, I don't. I've never done it this way before, like ever. Share, save, highlight, etc. And I don't really care about that. Put the news on. Top chat messages visible. Live chat on messages. All right, good deal. Anything? Top chat. Visible. Live chat. No, we'll go that route. And did I get them all? I think. Save highlight, mute microphone. All right. I don't know if I ever got it figured out or not, and I certainly never thought that I would be doing a live stream from my iPhone here at any point. Nope. Oh, that's not what I want. Oh, come on, you stupid. Fine. Nope, that's not what we want either. There we go. That read. So, yeah, I never thought that I was going to be doing a live stream. Certainly not from my phone. Certainly not, from anywhere else this evening. But the truth is, tomorrow is the first time in, about 2 years at least. I've been uploading videos to my channel pretty consistently for, matter of fact, very consistently on a regimented schedule, twice a week, Wednesdays and, now Sundays, and it was Saturday for a while. Every single week for over 2 years now, and I posted this in the community page on my channel. Some of you saw it, a lot of you saw it actually. And I had a family emergency recently that, among other things, it was a very, very busy holiday season, and thank God it's over. So, but on top of that holiday season, I had a family emergency that I had to deal with, and that required my attention far more than anything else. And everything's okay. Everybody is fine. The crisis averted, as they say. But the downfall of that is, unfortunately, it really cut into my production schedule. So there is not going to be a new video going up tomorrow morning, unfortunately. And this kind of breaks my heart, and because it's, staying on schedule and uploading videos on time. And on time I mean by my schedule and when you guys accept to see them. Doing uploading all that kind of stuff, it's really, really important to me. So, but as Joe Hervey 84 just mentioned, family first. So. So it was just one of those things. Life happens, life gets in the way, and yeah, everything's good. What happened? Well, Jim is asking me what happened. So I had to rush my mom to the hospital in the middle of the night about a week and a half ago, and she was in there for pretty much the entirety of the weekend. But without going into any detail, she's everything turned out okay. Everything's fine. she is back to her, her old self, and she's once again healthy and all healed up, and like I said, everything's good. And my mother, by the way, is probably she may be the healthiest person I have, that I know. The last time that she was laying in a hospital bed was, when, it was almost 40 years ago, last time she was giving birth. So, she has had very, very little, like no major medical issues since then. But she's fine now, so everything's good. Everything is doing. Everything's okay. But like I said, my production schedule took a major hit as a result of that. I'm not complaining, of course. I would stop doing YouTube altogether if it meant, taking care of my mother. So, but that's what I was doing. However, as I mentioned, staying on my schedule is very, has always been, kind of been very important to me. And Jim can tell you, they've, I know you guys have had some, had some stuff that got in the way of your show recently. But in my instance, I'm always afraid that, and by the way, just so I do see all the comments here popping up on my page. So, for those of you that are hanging out and taking the time to say hello and, well wishes and all that stuff, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. But my biggest fear is, pardon me, is that my channel is going to suddenly lose momentum, which, my channel has actually been doing very, very well. I had my best month ever in November, and I had my second best month ever in December, and here all of a sudden in January, now all of a sudden it's, the traffic and production, everything is kind of starting to slow significantly. So I am working on a couple of gear demos for some specific vendors that have been kind enough to send me some gear, and I'm not going to divulge any who any of those companies are just yet, but I am working on several of those. I've got probably two or three videos right now that are about halfway done that are, there's just a standstill there in the middle that I've got to stop and start for various reasons. So hopefully once I get those wrapped up, then I've got 4 more from another company that I got to do. I've got one from Parks Custom Pedals that I've got to do, and I will divulge that to you because Park's been a big supporter of this channel and has been kind enough to send me some of his pedals to demo. So I've got I got a lot of gear demos here on up that are in the queue, if you will. So there will be no short of gear demos coming up soon. It's just going to be a matter of finding the time to get to get everything taken care of. What does this dickhead have his headlights right in my face? Asshole. That's all right. This video is rated for children. So there's gonna be quite a few gear demos coming up. Hopefully, some stuff that you guys will probably be pretty excited about. I will not be be going to NAMM. I've kind of decided that winter. I've seen enough NAMM videos, NAMM show videos every single year that that's I get my fill there, and I don't know that I really have a desire to go attend the NAMM show. So I'm not gonna be one of those guys walking around out there with a production crew and Henning Pauly drops like seemingly like $10,000 worth of video equipment every year before he flies out to NAMM, and of course he's running around all over the place. But yeah, Bring Tony Ramsey. J Max Searing says, bring Tony Ramsey. He's a human crew. Yes, he is. He figure out how to do all of the back end production stuff on the fly by himself. It is indeed Tony Ramsey. Very good call. So, hey, Destiny's in here. Peter D. Bad. See a lot of names that that pop up in the comments pretty often. Jack Roses, and a few names that don't pop up in the comments because they see me in the real world every single day, like Destiny. So, for those of you taking the time to hang out with me here this evening, thank you very much. I don't really have too much of a topic here. I'm on my way to my next destination, which is probably about 5 or 6 minutes up the road from where I am currently, and I got about 25 minutes before I need to be there. So I figured that with some time to kill, this would be a good time for me to go live and make up for no video that I'm going to be up tomorrow morning like normal. So I'm for those of you that have been excited for a new video tomorrow morning, I have to apologize. Unfortunately, this week I've dropped the ball. I'm going to work real hard to try and get caught up and get back on schedule. So, hey, there is currently, I think, by the way, we may have just broken a record for a live stream for most people watching at once. So, your brother was the cop, and I didn't hear about the smash and grab down in Castleton. Wow. Hopefully everybody was okay. That has turned into a bad area, unfortunately. Very, very disappointing that to see what's happened to that neighborhood. So, yeah. So I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work real hard this week, the rest of this week, to get caught back up and get back on schedule. I might be able to get a video up on Thursday of this week instead of Wednesday. So I'm not. I don't want to make any promises. I am going to try. I'm gonna do everything I can tonight and tomorrow night to try and make that happen. So. If nothing else, you have my word that you'll get my best effort, and hopefully it's a video that you guys will look forward to seeing. This is going to be the one that I'm going to try and get done here is actually a top 20 video. So all kinds of records being broken this week. We are currently at 32 viewers watching this pointless live stream, sitting here watching me talk about nothing, which is kind of a record in and of itself. There is also a, going to be a record for a top whatever list. So I'm not going to divulge what it is. Just an idea that came to me last night. Hopefully, there may be a few people that get pissed off because there always is. And let's face it, if you follow this channel for a while, that's part of the fun of me doing YouTube is seeing just how many people I can piss. Example of that. Go onto my channel and check out the Fuzz Factory video. And see any more dislikes on video likes, which I think is hilarious because number one, that is a whole lot of pissed off Fuzz Factory fanboys, and number two, YouTube views likes and dislikes the same. So. One moment, I am going to text my wife as she me. Bam. Send Mrs. Jackson a text when she is requiring my attention. Somebody just asked a question. Let me see if I ask. Epic Esquire is asking me, what is your stable guitar? Oh boy. What is your most valuable guitar? It's my most valuable guitar is probably either the Zach Wild Vertigo Les Paul, which was it was actually not a custom shop. It was a U.S. It was actually a run of. And I just talked about that one recently. I think in the last video that I did, one or two of them. But it was the stream keeps dropping out. It's I'm trying to do this on 4G. But the Vertigo Les Pauls were a limited run that they did back in 2011, 2012, something like that. Exactly, yeah. And I didn't pay a whole lot for it, fortunately, but it was a run they did for 300. They sold brand new for $22.99 when they came out, and they did 300 of them. That was it. And actually, Zach left Gibson, went on to start his Wild Audio company not long after that. But the value of that guitar has actually climbed up quite a bit. Last time I looked, they were going between anywhere from $2,500 to about $3,000. So that one's probably my most valuable. The one right behind that would probably be my Hammer Scarab that I did a demo of. Did a Forgotten Gems of the Past demo of that guitar, I don't know, a month or two ago. And that one is last time I checked into that one, $1,500, $1,800. So I don't have a ton of guitars that are real valuable, practical for whatever reason that I'm buying them for, and they serve a purpose, and collectability is not necessarily that purpose. So some of them hopefully are going to be more collectible than others, particularly like some of the older made in Japan guitars that I have. Those are climbing in value. I'm a guitar player. I'm not a collector. So I'm not Jim Irsay. So although Jim Irsay is actually for being one of the most well-known collectors in the world, he's also actually a pretty good guitar player himself. So as far as my most valuable guitars go, that would probably be it. What is the most valuable to you? Oh, and I forgot about my Music Man Majesty. That was probably value-wise about the same ballpark as the ballpark, probably about the same as the Scarab. Just off the top of my head. Let's see. Let me scroll back through the chat here for a minute. Hey guys, by the way, I don't know. I'm just streaming directly from the YouTube app on my phone, so I don't know. I assume that the tip jar is available to you guys. If you feel like you might want to support the channel in any way, that would be very much appreciated. It does help out. William Cooper says, "Guess I missed it. Why are you in the car?" Well, unfortunately, I decided to do a quick live stream here this evening because I am because of family obligations and just a very busy holiday season. I've fallen behind on my production schedule, and as a result, okay, I made drip. My phone decided to want to stick another alert in my face and take me to that app instead. That was cute. Anyway, but just because of a very busy holiday season on top of a family emergency, my production schedule has fallen behind significantly. So I decided that since I don't have a video going up tomorrow for the first time on a Wednesday, probably 2 years or more, that I would stop here on my way to my next destination when I have a few minutes. Hit the live button on this here YouTube app because I've never done that before, and hang out with you guys here for a little bit, and in lieu of me possibly not being able to video up here hopefully Thursday this week. So, J Max Searing says your guitars may not be valuable, but your videos are priceless. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. I actually think my videos are very average at best because there's some other people out there, that put on, great videos. Pete Thorne and Fluff, for example. Ola's always entertaining. Glenn Pricker is always entertaining, whether you like him or not. I suppose if you don't like him, you don't think he's entertaining. But Henning Pauly has made a career out of penis, So, Jeff Parker is asking, what is most valuable to you, not monetarily? Like, say you had to sell all your guitars but one, which one would you keep? Definitely my Majesty. And I think you and I have talked about that in the comment sections of my videos quite a bit. That my Majesty is the most amazing guitar I have ever had. And which is kind of strange because the guitar that I have always wanted is a Gibson Les Paul Custom, and that's still the guitar that I want more than any other on this planet. I want one in good condition. I even care if, I don't even care if it's a Ridgelight fretboard, as opposed to an ebony. Of course, I would prefer ebony, but, I will live with Ridgelight if that's the one that comes my way, if one ever comes my way. So in the meantime, that guitar still evades me. But I was very, very fortunate to acquire my Majesty, and that's the one that's the one. So, matter of fact, to the point, even if I were even if I, if I had a Les Paul Custom land in my lap right now, I'm almost willing that the Majesty would still probably be my favorite. So, it's just an amazing guitar. If you've never had a chance to play one, go down to Guitar Center, whoever's there, and ask to pull one off the wall just so you can play one and see why. So, my hope for NAMM is that nobody in my office goes and comes back with a nasty case of anthrax or Namthrax and gives it to me. So, Epic Esquire says, what do you think of the Fender Limited Custom Shop Eric Clapton Gold Foil? I have not seen it. I've not seen it, but I like Fender, I like Strats, and I like Eric Clapton. Can't be all bad. Picker's Grip. I like the video about what not to buy for Christmas. That video actually did very, very well. And as I mentioned, that was probably one of the reasons anyway, why November, in fact, it was definitely the reason why November and December were my two best months ever on YouTube. So just got back from checking out the PRS MT15 and the 5153 EL34. Park Henry just bought an MT15. He seems to really, really like it. Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, Jack Rosa says, looking forward to my Robert's Guitar Dungeon t-shirt. Oh, you bought one. Awesome. Thanks. Sometimes I wonder if anybody even notices it anymore. Eddie Rodriguez says, I bought a Boss Katana amp yesterday, and that thing's killer. For anybody that is big on, that likes the Boss Katana, if you don't already, I strongly recommend you check out the Practical Guitarist podcast. And there's Jim commenting right there, because between Jim and David, the hosts of said podcast, who have been kind enough to have me on a number of times onto their show, between the two of them, I think they have each owned or I think between the two of them, they've owned like half a dozen or more katanas between the two of them, and I think Jim just bought one of the new new Katana 2s or whatever they're calling them, the V2s. Anyway, so if you want some insight into that amp, those guys both really like them. I recommend that you check out their podcast because they talk about that amp quite a bit and have a lot of good things to say about them. And insightful. Like, God damn it, go! That dude sticking his headlights in my face again. He got a lot of insightful experience with the Boss Katana series. they're not my thing. Modeling amps are not my thing, but I do know that they sound really, really good and have actually a pretty strong following too. So, pretty strong following, and a lot of people really seem to like them. And that you know. Let's see, that what not to buy video. I had my whole family belly laughing. Hope you make another this year. Oh man, well, well, let's finish getting recovering from this past holiday season and stuff like that. I haven't come up with any ideas for anything really really stupid lately. Other because I draw the line at one thing bashing other guitar players or other YouTube creators. So I'll make fun and I'll roast gear all day long, but I draw the line at doing it to other people. So yeah. So there you have it. Have you checked out? And Christopher Leap says, "Have you checked out Slayer movie?" I didn't know there was a Slayer movie. So no, I guess I haven't. Goober says, "You have flying V guitars." I have a few. I have an early. Man, I don't know about early, but I think it's a 7, 8, and it's like a late '80s Korean-made Epiphone Flying V, and great guitar. Those early Korean Epiphones are fantastic. I don't play it very much because just because of V and V in the studio sitting down is kind of a huge pain in the ass. It's not real comfortable. That's and they don't sit real well, obviously. I also have my BC Rich Draco V that I did just recently feature in a video. The video that I did, with writing and recording a song with gear that I hate. So, S Fear 6 says your comment went away. There it is. Your opinion about EVH 5150 guitars or the Wolfgang series? They're killer guitars. If you're talking about like the Stripe series, like the Super Strats and stuff, they got the EVH paint scheme and stuff like that on them. Those are pretty decent guitars. Their production model, they are what they are. For those things sell like what, 900 grand or something like that. For a guitar made an import production signature guitar, that it just seems a little steep. Now the Wolfgangs, on the other hand, be it the EVH Wolfgangs or I really like the PV era Wolfgangs. Those things are great guitars. And they're a little pricey on the used market, but they're fantastic. The EVH Wolfgangs are equally as great guitars. There's some people out there that say, "Oh, the EVH ones are so much different than the PV versions," and the electronics I know are different, but beyond that, everything else seems pretty close. Which he clearly has a copyright on. Which is actually a takeoff from the very, very brief period that he was the Butte Man playing the Axis guitar before he went to PV, and they started making the Wolfgangs. Guitar, consider doing guitar comparisons on price. Garberic 1078 says, "I enjoy the videos on great guitars people might not know about." I did 2 of those videos. Would you consider doing guitar comparisons of similarly priced guitars from different brands? I would really like to do a lot more guitar demos, but my channel is still almost entirely funded out of my own pocket, and I can't go buy a new guitar every week. Especially if I want to stay married. So guitar demos are tough. I've sent out some emails and stuff to some guitar companies, but I rarely get a response back. So I know you guys want to see guitar demos, and I'm trying. I really am, but it's not easy. So But I am working on it. Will you buy the new? Actually, what might help? You guys should try emailing some of those companies and telling them that you want to see me demo their guitars on my channel. Maybe that'll get their attention, and it doesn't look like I'm just trying to get free gear out of it. I don't need any more guitars. I need a baritone, but that's beside the point. Eddie Rodriguez says, will you buy the new BC Rich's new models this year like the Legacy series? Yes, I will. I have my eyeballs on a Mockingbird. I can't remember exactly what they're calling it, but it's the one with the Fishman pickups and the Evertune bridge. That one very, very much has my attention. Let's see. What's up, Robert? Xander Wild. Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it. Elsewhere, Jack Rose says, you were a super cool guy. I don't know about all that, but I'm flattered that you think so. Thank you. Let's see what happens when I turn my phone on. Its orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Can I unlock it? No, I cannot. YouTube. All right, well, let's try this. You guys are going to look at my steering wheel for a little bit because I want BC Rich to bring back the Gunslinger so bad. They have a new. This is not going to work real well, is it? They seem to have discontinued all of their Super Strat models, and granted, what they're doing, under the new ownership, they're basically scrapping everything and starting over, which I think is really what they need to do. Because I think their new guitars look fantastic. But they are scrapping the new guitars and all of the Super Strat designs, the Gunslingers, the ASMs, the Assassins. What else was there? I mean, of course, the STs are long gone. But all those Super Strat models are all gone. And instead, they came out with a new one that's kind of got a little bit sleeker and a little bit pointier design on the horns, called the Shredzilla, that I think looks extremely, extremely kick-ass. And if they don't appear to have one of those with an Evertune bridge and the Fishman Fluence pickups, and those are two features that I really, really want in my next BC Rich, and really the only one that I found that has those. The only one that I found that has both of those features is Mockingbird. So I think that Mockingbird, like I've already forgotten the Deluxe or something like that. I've already forgotten what they're calling it. That seems to be the only one that actually has the Evertune bridge. Several of them, they've got like Floyds and stuff with the Fluence pickups in them. But as it sits right now, no Evertune. No Evertune on any of them except for that Mockingbird. But I happen to like Mockingbirds, so I'm not going to complain. I'm sure they'll come out with a Shredzilla or something a little bit later on down the road. But I really like everything I've seen from the new line so far. I mean, they've got the Warlocks and Mockingbirds, which of course been probably the two most popular body shapes. You got the Shredzilla. I saw a Stealth today on the website, as a matter of fact, and I think maybe they've got a Junior V that they're doing. Which is their Flying V model. So they're coming out with some cool stuff. And I am absolutely excited to see it. So cool. Well, I'll tell you what, I am just about at my destination, or at least I will be here in just a couple of minutes. Something tells me doing a live stream while I am driving may not be the greatest idea I've ever had. So, guys, for those of you that decided to come and hang out, Thank you very much for taking the time this evening to do so. I'm actually very surprised that I got as many of you jumped on here as you did, especially on a Tuesday evening. But I'm glad that you did. So maybe we'll do this a little bit more often. Again, my apologies for not having a video ready to go up tomorrow morning. I feel real bad about that. So but it is what it is. So I'm going to work hard and see if I can't make up for it on Thursday, and if not, then we'll just do everything we can to get back on schedule here, normal here sooner rather than later. So, yeah. All right. I don't know how to. Does this work? Yeah, there we go.